Welcome to Thunderbirds TV. I'm your host, Maki Jenner, and I'm so pleased to be joined by 12th overall pick in this year's NLL entry draft, Will MacLeod. Will, we're so excited to have you join Halifax. Is the adrenaline kind of come down from draft day at all for you?
Yeah. It finally has one off, and I'm starting to come to a realization that it really happened, and I'm a Thunderbird as of right now. So yeah, it's perfect. It's awesome.
We're super excited. I mean, there's a ton of emotions that must come with draft day. So, kind of take me through your day and how it felt for you to hear your name called during the draft.
It was actually really weird because I had a game at Laurentian University at 2 p.m. So the draft started at 1, and it was
Yeah.
they gave me a private room, and when I heard my name get called, I kind of hugged mom and dad, and then I had to bust over to the field and play lacrosse games. So didn't really have much time to think about it. Came back and I had tons of text messages on my phone and replied all those. Got to talk to the coach finally, and yeah, it was awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. I guess you're just committed to the craft, no doubt. But
Yeah.
with your family, which is super exciting. How does it feel to be alongside your parents on arguably one of the biggest days in your career so far?
It was awesome because I didn't even know they were going to come. Laurentian's 4.5 hours away from home in Hamilton, so they didn't really tell me they were going to show up, and I thought I was going to be alone. And they surprised me at the field, and it was awesome to have someone by my side when I heard my name get called.
We love to hear that. And speaking of family, I know you said on the draft stream that you actually have family in Cape Breton, which I know the Nova Scotians are going to absolutely love that. So for you, how does that feel to know that you have some familiarity in the Maritimes and get to start your pro career out here?
It's awesome. No, I really don't get to see those family all too often. As just everything with COVID and just kind of get life getting busy. So it's pretty cool to have an excuse to be able to see them some more and then fly in, see some family some more. Really, that family that I haven't really got to connect with in a while. So it's awesome to have some familiarity with the city.
Now, looking at your career, I know you've spent a few years down at Robert Morris playing lacrosse. You won a Minto Cup in 2023. You're coming off of a great summer with Brooklyn Senior A and Senior B. How have those experiences really helped you prepare to kind of make that next step in your professional lacrosse career?
I think all those places really did shape me to the player I am today. Is on every different team, you always have to step into like a slightly different role. So in Burlington, I was feeding the ball. I had the ball on my stick, and then I got to Senior A, and I wasn't a ball carrier anymore. I was a guy setting picks, and maybe I was working harder with the ball when it wasn't in my stick than when it was in my stick. Especially at Robert Morris, like field really wasn't a good. Like I wasn't really the best player at field lacrosse, so kind of going there as a freshman and learning a whole new sport, which essentially like that sport was brand new to me. It's just never really been a field guy, never played on a field before. So it was different for sure. Kind of shaped me. Had to work a little bit harder to get where I was, but yeah, it was awesome.
Now, speaking of Burlington, I guess the connections run deep because six overall, we took your buddy Alex Marinier, who you hoisted a Minto Cup with back in 2023. How does that feel to, again, have someone that you spent your junior career with? I know you also played Senior B with him this past summer at the President's Cup with Brooklyn, and, now you could be starting your pro careers together as well.
Yeah, he's the best. Like he's one of my best friends. We've been friends for years now. It's kind of awesome. Like we always love playing with each other, especially in Senior B. I kind of twisted his arm into coming to play with the President's Cup in Brooklyn just to have the familiar face again, and it was really cool. He was one of the first guys to text me saying how we're never going to leave each other's side, and how it seems like we're a package deal everywhere we go, and even when playing against each other in Senior A, we're carpooling to the games, and just he's a really good guy, really good friend, and I'm really happy that I have a friend going into camp.
Yeah, dynamic duo to look out for sure. And speaking of training camp, I know it's still a few weeks away, but this team has so much veteran experience, a lot of guys that are just wealths of knowledge. Is there anyone in particular on our roster that you're looking forward to either learning from or playing with or both?
Cody Jameson, it's just it's kind of immediate, but he's a veteran. He's a lefty offensive guy just like me, and I remember growing up. He's been in the league for years now. So growing up, I remember watching him playing, and even had the opportunity to play against him this year in Senior A, and just kind of seeing the little things he does and how he sees the game. I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what he does and listening to everything he tells me. And and trying to be just like him.
Last one, for those Thunderbirds fans that may not be too familiar with your game, what can we expect from Will MacLeod as a lacrosse player coming into training camp?
I feel like I'm just kind of a Swiss Army knife as an offensive guy. I can set picks, I can play from the inside, I can play from the outside. I love transition, love getting back on defense, stopping some momentum swings. I kind of have a chip on my shoulder sometimes, so I kind of like getting in guys' faces and maybe making it hard to play against me. But yeah, whatever it takes to win games and win championships.
We love that, obviously. That's the number one goal here in Halifax. Well, we're thrilled to have you join the Thunderbirds, Will, and we cannot wait to get, the nest rocking in a few months. So thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations, and we'll see you at training camp.
Can't wait.